it was black people who had brought this situation to the forefront. Because I remember the very first video I saw, which was his cousin, that female. Once she made that video about Javion, everybody reposted it, shared it, and liked it. So now, what black people have done is they have forced the sheriff department or the authorities to do the investigation.
If you're from North Carolina, live in North Carolina, you already know sundown town still exists here. Okay? But y'all, a young man named Javion Magee from Chicago, Illinois, he drives trucks. They found his body hanging from a tree in Henderson, North Carolina. I grew up in a town about 40 minutes from Henderson. Okay, so this hits home. The sheriff of Vance County is not letting the family come down to see the body, identify the body. They're not sending pictures. And they're trying to say it's because of COVID. But if you're from North Carolina, you know ain't nobody gave a damn about a mask or 6 feet since before, during, or after the pandemic. So that sounds like a cover-up. More than likely, if they let him see the body, they'll see that he was battered and bruised prior to being hung. It's unfortunate as hell. This family deserves justice. Javion Magee deserves justice. We need to get the word out.
I don't know why people believe that the police aren't involved in crimes and cover-ups. It's weird, you know. If this is your brother in blue, you gonna protect them over the average civilian because you know people ain't crap. Just like you ain't, but you got a badge. Now, the Javion situation in Henderson, North Carolina, they telling his parents, his family, that he went to a Walmart to buy rope and hang himself. None of that makes sense. What black person you know does that? I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying this kid literally just got his CDL. He was on a nice trajectory. Why would he take his own life and do that, bro? It just looks, everything about that situation looks fishy. I think we need to be dialing in on that situation in the North Carolina situation, because, you know, black people, I'm a nut, so I don't really live with the same fear in my heart. I live with the fear of what I'm capable of, and I know I'll get myself locked up for hurting somebody. So I don't have the same fear that a lot of black people have, and it angers me to see black people have this fear of being lynched, of being jumped. I understand it, but a lot of y'all just really don't know how to defend yourself, and you have no situational awareness. Even the Courtney Reese situation where the dude gun jammed and she had a good 5 seconds to either run, because it looked like she could have got away, or definitely attack the attacker. Now, the only way you attack the attacker is if you're trained to respond. So a lot of people, I don't know why she ain't going to the house. Maybe she was fidgety, trying to protect the kids. But if you're trying to protect the kids, you could have ran. She could have hopped off and ran. She froze up in that moment. And it tells me that a lot of black people don't know how to defend themselves. They don't know how to fight for their life. They don't know how to summon the will to fight for your life. I will never, when I get on the deep web and the dark web and I watch these people in third world countries on their knees praying, crying, they about to get their head blown off. If I already know you're going to get me, I'm going to go fighting. I'm not about to go out crying on my knees, none of that. I'm going to try to get away. I'm going to try to fight. And I know this about me for sure, because I've been in this situation. And black people y'all need to start priding yourself in fitness, self-defense, boxing, martial arts, Krav Maga, Arnis, Kyokushin karate, Muay Thai, things that actually work on killers you need to train in. You don't even need to be highly proficient. You just need to have the basics now. And that literally puts you leagues above the basics, plus an actual violent mentality, the willingness to win, bro. You will beat most people in the streets. You ain't even got to be a big dude. I promise you. Because people just ain't got it in them, bro. A lot of people be talking. I promise you. I've seen so many people fold. I've folded so many people. One face shot, one to the stomach. Y'all fat out here. Y'all soft. So if more black people knew what I knew about the body and they've had these life experiences, I believe a lot of y'all wouldn't be getting put in situations where you get lynched, where you get jumped, where you get taken advantage of. You got to actually train yourself for situational awareness. You got to actually pride yourself in being stronger than somebody. People that try to say size don't matter, it matters on so many levels. Psychological, intimidation factor. You put fear in a man, he ain't gonna be able to respond and swing as hard, period. I already know, because he's contemplating, he's thinking too much. The nerves is getting to him. On top of the actual durability coupled with muscle, on top of the actual force, speed, All of that, mass, all of it coupled together. You want to have muscle, but you also want to know how to actually fight. And you also want to develop the actual willingness to be able to defend yourself and do what it takes to live. A lot of people don't have it in them, bro. It's weird. And I take pride in not seeing the same value in people's lives as I do in my own. I would never put somebody's life above mine, which means anybody can get it at any time, bro. I literally only fear the craziness that I'm capable of, because I've seen too many people try to run and call for help, bro. Straight up. Straight up. So I think we need to dial in on that Henderson, North Carolina. I think everybody that thinks because of some title that you have, you're protected from the law, it doesn't actually make sense. These are the people that need to be looked at even deeper than the average person in the streets, because you are supposed to uphold the law. We need to be doing background checks and psychological evaluations on these people, because it can be very easy to be desensitized to somebody's life or what somebody's saying. And when you see the same type of scumbag out of a certain race, out of a certain community, I can see how you can start becoming desensitized. It's normal. It's basic human psychology, bro. But we as people, because we know that the system not set up like that, we know that all of this came out of slavery, dog catchers, slave catchers. This junk ain't changed, man. So what needs to change is black people in general. We need to start supporting our own. So like, comment, subscribe, share this video, share all of them. I love y'all. I'll be back with more, man.
Okay, also update to the Javion Magee situation. So here's the thing. A lot of people have asked whether or not Henderson is a sundown town. Y'all, it is not a sundown town. Is there evil everywhere? Absolutely. But it's not a sundown town. So, because a lot of people are like, oh, this had to be what it was. That's not what it was. The Henderson mayor and I guess the police chief there absolutely made a statement, was like, look, we know something has occurred here. However, it was not our jurisdiction. It was the Vance County Sheriff's Department, which, I had to tell a lot of people in the comments, it's, you just have to understand with the jurisdiction, how close they are together. And a lot of people were just like, oh, because they're looking at maps and, trying to figure out all the things. Those of us who are familiar with the area, know what it is. Y'all, let's stick to the thing at hand, because what it is this sheriff, Curtis Bram, who is out here trying to play semantics. Like, sir, we're not going to do this with you, not in 2024, because he is saying it was not a lynching, because he was like, oh, he was not dangling, he was not swinging, it was not a noose, it was not a knot. So around in this method of ending his life, so therefore it wasn't a lynching. We also know that there are anti-lynching laws and of the federal statute. So saying that, absolutely would bring in those other entities, which absolutely need to be brought in, because again, all of us who are familiar with that area know, like I said, the corruption. And right here, it was displayed when you would not let that man's mama, do what she needed to do to identify his body. I do hope that someone from the family has absolutely made it to North Carolina and, can stick around until this is done. I absolutely hope that they bring outside representation, because again, those of us who are from this area absolutely know what the fuck this can be. So, y'all just really keep that family in prayer, because I absolutely cannot imagine the turmoil that his family is going through, and the fact that they had to use, social media as the platform to really get the answers, to really get the eyes on this case. So thank you to every creator that took time out, every person that took time to share. If that's how we have to get our news out here, then that's how we're going to have to do it, and let them know that we are absolutely not playing. When we smell something foul, we're going to talk about it. And, again, just major prayers to that family, because I cannot imagine, as a mama, not being able to get to one of my babies and not being able to know what happened. But this right here needs to let all departments know, listen, this is a real thing. TikTok is a real thing. Creators are a real thing. And if we get a hold of it, baby, we're going to talk about it.